As you open CODAP, the Common Online Data Analysis Program, students will be able to view Ant Picnic data that has been collected all over the world and add their own data for comparison. When a country is highlighted, students will be able to see all of the data points within the table that are highlighted for that location. In CODAP, students can also access information from the data table by choosing a location on the world map. When they select one specific point, that point will then become outlined. When the point is outlined, then as you hover over that point, the biome is shown. If the student then scrolls down the page to the data table, they can see the information just for that one data point on the world map. Another feature in CODAP is the ability to take the data and display it in a graph. There are a few graphs that show up when the program is open, but students may want to ask their own questions. To make a graph in CODAP, students will click on the graph icon. They can move the graph any place on the screen that they would like. They can resize the graph to make it as large as they need to. Students can then choose the attributes that they want to look at for their graph. If a student is interested in the way temperature may affect ants choosing a particular bait, they can select the temperature attribute and drag it to the x-axis on their graph. Then they can take the total ants that appear at each bait and they can put it as the dependent variable on the y-axis. And in order to see all of the specific bait types, we're going to select the bait type attribute and put it in the center of the graph. Now students can see the data points that represent the different temperatures where Ant Picnic data was collected and the number of ants that selected specific types of baits. If students wanted to look at just one bait type, let's say amino acids, when they click on amino acids in the key, you'll notice that the data points become outlined. If they want to see only the amino acid points, they can go to the eye icon and they can select, or they can look at hide unselected cases. When they click on it, the only thing that will continue to appear on their graph is the amino acids. At this point, students can come up to this top bar and they could retype a title for their graph. If you wanted to get all of the cases back, you can go back to the eye icon and show all cases. Another feature in CODAP is the ability for students to be able to enter their own data in a questionnaire so that they can compare their data with the data that's been collected around the world. You may have to resize the data table to find your questionnaire. When you find the questionnaire, you will choose the country in which you are recording your data. Put in your name, your organization, and proceed with entering the specific information for your collection sites. As you continue through the questionnaire, you'll be given an opportunity to put in more site information, and anything that is marked with an asterisk will be information that you must select in order to be able to move on to another screen. When you get to the point to enter observations, you now will see that you can select the bait types. You're going to have to enter these one at a time. So click on one of your bait types, type in the number of ants that you counted at that particular bait, and hit next, and then you will be able to click on enter another observation, and at that point you will choose the next bait for that same location, that same site, enter in the number of ants, hit next, and you would continue that until all 6 baits have been added to your questionnaire. When you are finished and you hit the Start Over button, now you've set your questionnaire so that it can be used to enter in data from a different site where you may have collected ant picnic information. There is an X up in the top right corner of the questionnaire. You do not want to close the questionnaire. If you close the questionnaire, then you will be unable to get the questionnaire back in this particular data screen, and you will not be able to add more data that you can see and compare with the data that is on the table at this time. If you attempt to close the data table or the questionnaire, then it will give you a warning sign. If you will just click cancel, then it will return you back to the screen.